I've gone from one extreme to the other. So the Haval Jolion S, in all its guts and glory, to this, the Jolion HEV. Still glorious, maybe not so gutsy, although maybe a price, but let's talk about that later. Now, as South Africans, we're going through a lot at the moment, and I think we're looking for reprieve from anywhere or anyone. And I think that Haval, with this hybrid model, is offering us just that. I'm not even going to mention load shedding because I fear the uproar it will spark. But something very relevant to this review is rising fuel costs. We just cannot seem to catch a break, can we? Manufacturers like Haval are taking our concerns to heart though, and so are offering the Jolion in HEV guise as an option for those looking to alternative energy sources. Let's kick this off with the main event, which is what lurks beneath this bonnet. Not lurks, sounds a bit creepy. But what powers this guy? So you've obviously got the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated engine, and then of course you've also got the electric motor. So a total output of 139 kilowatts and 375 newton meters of torque. And you can feel it. That is really a lot more than its rival, okay? And like I say, you can really feel that power, and I like it because it might actually just quieten down those skeptics who think that a hybrid means underpowered or lethargic or like just a big old blob. And it's not. It's really punchy. But the most important thing, obviously, is the fuel consumption. So it's claimed at 5 litres per 100 Ks, but I am so excited to tell you that you can actually get it under that. You really can. You can get it like sort of 4.7. I've managed 4.8. So I think that's huge. I mean, that is the selling card, the draw card, if you will. You know, that's what you want. And what's also really impressive is that it's as efficient sort of on the highway as it is in the city. And when you bear in mind that, you know, you've got regenerative braking, more so obviously in the city, that's actually quite impressive. So there's just so many things about this little engine combo hybrid setup to love. There's so much to love about it. Not only is the fuel consumption something to highlight, but the overall drive is seamless and comfortable. It is quiet, super quiet. And what some hybrids suffer from, this Jolion does not. And that is the feeling of the shift from battery to engine. It's really, really discreet and you can hardly notice it. You're also able to tailor the power delivery experience via a variety of driving modes including standard, eco, sport and snow. Steering wheel feel is customizable thanks to 3 dynamic adjustable steering modes. It certainly ticks all the boxes for me when it comes to hybrid living. But what about the look? Well, this flagship stands out from the rest of the range by featuring LED premium vision headlights and fog lights with blue accents. It also has a diamond front grille, a redesigned front bumper, silver roof, flared rear brake lights, a sporty rear diffuser, and dual vent rear spoilers. 17 or 18-inch sports alloy wheels round off the package depending on the specification grade. Speaking of which, there are 2 models to choose from. You've got the luxury and the super luxury. Now I'm in the luxury model, and what I really appreciate is that this still feels very premium and is still loaded with a bunch of specs. So much so that it actually still has heated seats and a sunroof, and then it's got a bunch of USB ports everywhere. You've got one up here actually which you can use for a dash cam. So it kind of just has everything you need. Now, you might not be able to tell that this is a hybrid model. The only thing might be on the instrument cluster up here. When you're driving, you'll see a little car with like battery stuff, which looks pretty cool. But that's really the only thing. So I just think like overall, like whether you went to the luxury or spent the extra money on the super luxury, I think you're going to be very satisfied, certainly within this cabin. The super luxury model adds the niceties like a head-up display and a bigger touchscreen entertainment system. It also features a host more driver assist and safety features. Let's talk about space and practicality for a second. Now, I didn't mention any of it in the Jolion S model review because, well, I want to say I didn't forget. Maybe I was just having a little bit of fun on the driving experience of that car. But here we are now, still in a Jolion, so I can talk about it now. I'm sitting in the back here because I need to show you just how much space is back here. I've also left Luca's car seat in because I don't think he's ever had this much legroom. But I think that seat's pushed quite far forward. However, the passenger can still sit there without their knees up to their chin. So that's always my test on that side of things. Now, the only issue really is the boot, because it's a little bit shallow and not all that practical, but you have to consider that the battery has to go somewhere. And these seats, they split 60-40. So do you know what? If you really need to load something in, you could always put this forward and you've still got the kiddie seat in, or at least one passenger. But it's just something to consider if you're going for the hybrid model, is that the boot is maybe not as practical or as big as what the Jolion boot usually is. So how much is all this going to cost you, I hear you ask? Well, the HEVs kick off at just under 550,000 Rand, with the super luxury one being about 20,000 K more. Now, what I love at the moment is the fact that hybrids are becoming really cool. In fact, hybrid sales have surged by over 500% in South Africa. And like I mentioned, rising fuel costs the other day, this really becomes even more appealing. EVs or electric vehicles are, for most of us, unattainable. They're just too expensive, and a hybrid is maybe the next best thing from that. And of course, you're still being environmentally friendly and all that jazz. And when you consider that there aren't actually many hybrids, and certainly not in this compact segment, available, I mean, kind of a no-brainer.